Thank you, Banu. I'm really flattered and honoured to be here to talk about the success story of RECon. I'm not sure we're quite there yet. We're still working on it. A long way to go, so it's very early days. But for those of you with long memories, RECon Centre is the oldest and, in fact, the first shopping mall in Dubai. And that's pretty important for us because it represents 32 years of history in the shopping mall business in this city, a city that's now obviously very famous worldwide for its shopping malls. But RECon Centre has kind of been left alone for a while now. Our job is to completely change the way people perceive the mall. And, you know, for us, the opportunity is to recreate the image and the positioning of the mall that for most of us has been largely forgotten. So RECon has introduced a new brand, if you like, and you can see some of the images and the video touches on some of the elements of the brand positioning that we've got this mall. It's to really move away from the obvious cliches, if you don't mind me saying that. The shopping mall industry, to be very honest with you, tends to put out the same marketing programs, the same marketing imagery, the same advertising year in, year out. We're not interested in that. We want to do everything differently. We're committed to doing it differently, not just for the sake of being different, because I think it's important if we're to firmly establish our own identity in a market that is dominated by two of the largest and most successful shopping malls in the world. We have to break out of the pack with a look and a feel that is ours and ours alone. And the image that you see on the screen is just one of the many images that we're now presenting to the public that represents our mall. And we're not interested in showing pictures of the architecture. We're not interested in talking about which brands we've got necessarily, although that will come. We're more interested about engaging with our customer in a way that they can relate to. And what we're trying to do is, as a community mall, is really focus on the people who are a part of our community in a way that's truly meaningful and engaging, and it's not just lip service. So the faces of the people in our advertising, these are not models, these are real people. The style of advertising is designed to capture people's interest in the brand. And as a part of our marketing strategy, we're looking at creating a calendar of activity that is not a shopping mall marketing calendar, which focuses on Mother's Day and Father's Day and Valentine's Day, which every other mall is doing, but it's focusing on creating a precinct that is truly ours that no one else can have. And that's the opportunity for RECon Centre. RECon Centre, for those of you that don't know, is located in Deerfields here in Dubai, the old part of Dubai. It's the part of Dubai that truly has personality and character. It's where the older buildings are, it's where the souks are, it's where the creek is, it's where the dhows are. So we're tapping into that and creating around our mall a precinct that really embraces the neighbourhood that we occupy in. It's not just about fabricating something that's not real, but taking the authenticity of the area that we're in and leveraging from that. Our shopping mall faces outwards, it doesn't face inwards. It's not a fortress like so many shopping malls. We have pedestrians walking on the street, surrounding our building, engaging with the coffee shops and the restaurants. In fact, I would think that more than half of the traffic that comes to our mall walks in off the street, if not more. So for us, leveraging off this community element, being a part of a downtown precinct, being a part of the local neighbourhood is extremely important, but it's also a fantastic opportunity because there really is no other mall in Dubai, apart from one or two perhaps, that can truly do this. So as we go through this journey of reinventing and evolving the brand of RECon, we will be doing things in a manner that we hope will challenge people's preconceptions of shopping malls. So we're not really just about shops, you know, I mean, they're important, of course, and we have to have them. But we're about creating a space that people want to actually be there for a lot of other reasons. And it's not just about what happens inside the mall. It could be in the block down the road. We're involved in marketing plans that will happen in the neighbourhood, not inside our shopping mall. and we're going to continue to reinforce this through a very aggressive marketing campaign. So Al-Ghurair Centre, the oldest shopping mall in Dubai, one that probably most of us have forgotten about. I already know that after 6 or 7 weeks since we launched the expansion of this mall, that people are again talking about this mall. And we're going to keep pushing the boundaries and pushing the envelope in terms of how we present this product. Because for a mall of 80,000 square metres, to simply go out there and say, well, we've got 350 shops, that's not good enough. You know, certainly when it's only 10 minutes to Dubai Mall or 20 minutes to a Mall of the Emirates. So we have to appeal to people on a lot of different levels. So this is a real challenge for smaller malls in Dubai. How do you break out from the pack? How can you differentiate yourself from other malls? How can you be relevant in a city where you've got a shopping centre with 1,200 shops, and shopping malls with ski slopes? How can we as a little community mall actually become an important part of the retailing landscape? And we believe that we can, and I think this is a really important test case for a lot of shopping malls in Dubai that are going to have to go through this at some point in time. You know, the opportunity to build new shopping malls will become less and less frequent as the market matures. So for shopping mall owners, it's all about asset management. It's how you enhance the asset, and it's how you can maximise the appeal of your property in the context of the market in which you're operating. For us, we think we can do that. So we may not be the success story yet, but I'm very confident within 2 to 3 years' time, Al-Ghurair Centre will go from being a top 15 shopping mall in Dubai to a top 6 shopping mall in Dubai. And we know how we're going to do that. So it is a continuing improvement of the product, it's a continuing improvement of the offer. We're targeting tenants that are relevant to our customers, that our customers want, but it's also creating a brand about a shopping mall that's not just another shopping mall, because we're all sick of that. We want something new and interesting, and I hope to think that that's what we're going to do to help differentiate our product from many others. It's early days yet, you know, so we've got a long way to go, but I think as you watch what we do over the course of the next 12 months, we're going to start challenging more aggressively and with more innovation and creativity this issue of how you create a shopping mall brand that becomes relevant once again in a market that is very heavily dominated by mega malls. So I hope that sort of gives you a little insight. I've done my 10 minutes yet. I think I've got it there. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. It's great to know that we're not the only ones suffering from mega.
About the difference of the shopping malls in Europe to the Middle East. And in Europe, for example, a big shopping mall is already starting at a size of 40,000 square meters. A very big mall in Europe is 80,000 square meters. And a very, very, very big one is between 100 and 150,000, but there's only a handful of such shopping centers all over Europe. We don't have so many big malls because we have mainly shopping streets. Since more than 100 years, we have streets like Bond Street in London or Banu in Zurich, Odeon in Geneva. Have always been shopping streets in the past, and that's why we have only also a handful of malls in Europe with luxury retail. That's also a big difference. There's only, for example, West Street in London or the Gum in Moscow or the Cine Park in Istanbul, where you can find luxury brands like Louis Vuitton. The one more difference is for sure the weather, that it's not so hot in Europe as it is here. And people are going to the shopping centers in Europe because they want to buy mostly food. And after they bought their food, they buy also clothes. And so here you have skiing slopes in the shopping centers, you have aquariums, you have much more things where you can have fun in the malls, what we don't have in Europe. Yeah, that's the big points for the difference in the shopping center landscape from Europe to the Middle East, or also to Asia. And with the location group, I always had the challenge to oversee all these new shopping centers. And also our clients, they were asking us, where can we open the new shops? Where would you recommend to open a shop in a shopping center which will be successful not only after 5 years but from the beginning? And it was always very hard to tell them all around the world where they could open their new stores. Like Louis Vuitton, you can see here in Stade on the Promenade. That's one of our latest projects in Switzerland. And over the last 8 years, this challenge to give good advice to our clients came up with a new database, a website, where we're collecting every year thousands of new shop openings around the world, in the high streets, but also in the shopping centers. And that's why I would like to introduce to you also our latest project, Streetfront. Actually, there is no database, no website, no information source for a retailer or for a landlord, for an investor, or also for the communities, for the cities, where they can inform themselves about the best tenant mix on the one hand, but also retailers like Uniqlo who are coming new to Europe. They want to know where are the best H&Ms, where are the best Zara's in Europe, and they want to have it by push on a button. They want to know it immediately and not after 5 years asking a big consultancy firm to find out where are the best shops of their competitors. That's why we founded Streetfront, to bring the today's offline retail real estate world online, and to give advice, not personally, but also through the internet, through the website, so that everybody has the chance to look himself what he needs and where he could open a new shop or where he could find the best tenants. And here we have the example of Banu in Zurich on our website, where you can click on all the shops, where you know how big the buildings are, how long the shops are in these properties. And we will launch the website in the middle of 2014. We'll go online, hopefully with more than 500 locations worldwide. And the aim is to bring online 3,000 streets, cities, and also shopping centers. Looks like this, then especially you can look exactly in all the buildings in the most important shopping streets and malls worldwide.
Thank you, Marc. Great initiative. Mr. Marwan Sarkal, please. He's going to talk about Sharjah, the new developments in Sharjah. We generally talk about Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and Mr. Marwan wanted to emphasize what's upcoming in Sharjah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I would like to thank David and Banu for actually setting up this whole session. Very glad to be here. Not very happy to be the last one to speak about it, but I think it's also a thank you for all of you to be here listening to the last presenter. First of all, I will start with talking about Shurooq and what is our mandate and why was actually Shurooq created. And we're moving it to, instead of talking about what are the issues, we're talking about how successful we have been in Sharjah. I mean in Shurooq, and what we did to actually create Shurooq, and how did we develop a way of confidence for retailers to actually come to Sharjah and invest and open in Sharjah. So Shurooq is actually an investment development authority of the Sharjah government. It was mandated to attract investments and develop projects in Sharjah. We do have 4 focuses. Travel and tourism is one of them, transportation and logistics is another one, healthcare and environment. So we are focusing basically on 4 different sectors. And if we move forward, travel and tourism plays a major role in Sharjah. Sharjah is known as the cultural destination of the United Arab Emirates. It is actually the cultural hub of the whole region. It was the place to be in. So historically, Sharjah is a place where fun happens, where shopping happens, and we're trying to get it back where it used to be. We were actually responsible of managing Al-Qasfa, which is actually one of the destinations that we managed to transform it into a cultural destination. Today it is one of the best destinations. It's an outdoor destination, so it's not a shopping mall. And I urge you, if you're actually staying in Sharjah, coming from all around the world, to actually visit this lovely destination. So if we go to our 4 sectors that we are focusing, travel and tourism, as I said, transportation, logistics, healthcare, and environment. I'm not going to elaborate more on the other sectors because that's not within our interest. So what does Shurooq do? We develop projects, and we've been very successfully making sure that Sharjah image has been transformed. Heart of Sharjah is one of our projects, transforming the historical area of Sharjah and making it a key destination for people that would love to know more about history. We have by far the oldest souk in the whole GCC market. It's called Al-Arsa. This souk is actually one of the oldest. It will take you back before oil was actually founded in this part of the world. And what is amazing about it, we have amazing activities happening there. Shops are very happy about it. We're going to open very soon one of the first historical hotels in Sharjah, which actually is going to transform this whole destination. Al-Majaz waterfront is the picture in the middle there. We managed to actually shift the whole area in Sharjah into creating a waterfront destination. We managed to open 8 different restaurants and cafes, which they're all facing a beautiful musical fountain that has more than 32 shows daily. And if you're actually visiting Sharjah, you're going to see something that you will not see any part of all around the Emirates, because it is so amazing that you're actually sitting on a lagoon. The third project, Al-Qasfa, this is a prime destination in Sharjah. It has a gallery, it has a theater, it has a business center, and we managed to transform this place. This place, when it was built as a place to have all of the non-government organizations. So in 2004, the government handed us this role to actually transform it into a cultural destination and a retail. So